Hey, how y'all doing? That's right. Here we are, coming to you up here on this great big marquee on top of this beautiful skyscraper building. Because you know what time it is? It's time for the gruff old goat. You welcome back. We gonna rock and roll and do it some more, you understand? That's exactly why we're here. And what a night, what a day, what a week, what a month, what everything's going on because everybody seems to be doing all kinds of weird stuff as usual. And you know what all that means because we always just having a party here on the Gruff Old Goat. What we gonna be doing? I tell you what, we had the greatest generation. Then we had the baby boomers. And now we got the lost generation. That's right. All these people born in the late 50s and the 60s. They're now in control. And look at all these bums that turned out. I think we must have dropped all these kids on their head or something because they just ain't getting it, I'll tell you right now. All I can look around is every time I look around, one of these lost generation people is screwing up. Bam, bam, bam. I can't believe it. That's why I call them the lost generation. Look at the governor of Arizona Brewer. She's a lost generation person. That's right. And this guy, Rand Paul, which we're going to talk about more in just a minute or so, he's also a member of the lost generation. And all these people, this guy who keeps going on TV down in Florida by the name of Rick Scott, who is a fraudulent hipster who got ran off as a CEO of a big medical insurance company because he was dipping in the can over there, got corruption, keeps going on TV in Florida and saying, hey, where have you seen that good-looking bald guy before? Rick Scott. Well, I tell you where I saw him before. He was on a wanted poster on the wall of the local post office. And now this guy wants to be governor. Governor. Can you understand that? Of course, in Alabama, they call it governor. And I think that's exactly where he's from. But he's not even from Florida. He's some transplant guy, came down from Ohio, wants to be the governor of Florida. And this is a guy who's been double dipping and sticking and taking money and wants to do away with everything. This guy's really a piece of work, I'm telling you. Then you got Rand Paul, another member of the loser generation, lost generation, as I always call him. This guy, turns out, he's against the Civil Rights Act. He wants all the private companies to be able to discriminate against people. Can you believe that? And he's the Republican nominee for governor of the great, for Senate. Oh, he's running for Senate in Kentucky, and he wants to be a senator, doesn't he? I tell you what, I hope they kick him right across the screen. I guarantee. He's just another one of those fly-by-night people, flying by night. And then, of course, another member of the lost generation. Well, we just had another scandal. They all, this bunch of people in Congress got elected in 1992, and they all are now. They all went to Congress saying we're going to change everything. God has sent us to Congress, and all us born-agains and fundamentalists and everybody else went off to Congress in 92, and all of them are falling by the wayside because they can't keep they can't keep the horse in the barn, All of them running around and scandalizing and everything else. The latest member of the "Oh, Jesus loves me, this I know" political party, the God Squad, is this guy by the name of Mark Souder, who is a Republican from Indiana who has just resigned from Congress because now he admits he had a whoopie-doo with a member of his staff, So you know what I'm suggesting? I'm suggesting that we form a God Squad whoopie-doo employment service for all these unemployed staffers who have been playing whoopee with the congressman. And I went out and I got myself one of those gals, and I tell you what, she's doing a good job. You okay, honey? I'm sure you're doing fine down there. That's good. All right, keep it up. And so, if you know what I'm talking about, you got to get yourself together and understand that these people are all just a bunch of hypocritic hoorah-uters, and will take advantage of anything because this lost generation is really, really lost. I'm telling you, they really are lost. And of course, there's no government libertarian bull crap. It's just exactly what that is. And all these people running around who want to turn America into power and want to change government because of power to stick rifle butts in people's faces. And that's not how this government works, and that's not how this country works. This government and this country was not founded on power. It was founded on principle. And when you get that straight, then maybe you might understand what being an American is all about. And I guarantee you, there's people like British Petroleum and all the soothsayers and supporters of these people out there polluting. That's right. Even poor old Bobby Jindal, the governor of Louisiana, who was a Republican, now is eating crow. And he's eating crawfish. Not too many crawfish left to eat there, Bobby Jindal, because they're all going to be gone because you're a big oil guy and the big oil company put you in office. And so now what have you done for them? What have you done for them is you have turned Louisiana into a sewer pipe. And I hope the voters turn you right out of there. I guarantee you that would be the greatest thing in the entire world. I'd love it. I'd love it. I'd love it. I'd love it. Incredible. And of course, Kentucky got themselves that Rand Paul guy. And, that's the place that invented the toothbrush. We know the toothbrush was invented in Kentucky because if it was invented somewhere else, it would have been called a teeth brush. But it's not, is it? Huh? Not at all. So I guarantee you, what you got to do is you got to understand that people like Fat Boy Rush Limbaugh and all his soothsayers are all Looney Tune people. That's right, like this guy Rick Scott, Rand Paul, and all these people all running around. And I think, of course, Rush to touch Limbaugh is right at the top of the heap. Big fat boy over there running his yapper on his billion-dollar TV show. And then, of course, you got Caribou Barbie, who's right in there with him. And she's wearing more makeup now than she ever wore in her entire life. So, guarantee you, it's a problem. But I want to tell you, you have had a wonderful experience. We're glad to have you here. So come back again and join us right here on the Gruff Old Goose.